So my name is Melinda VanKirk. I am here in Columbus, Ohio. It's a very rainy morning this morning. Yesterday was beautiful. I was hoping we'd have a repeat of that, but not so much. We've got that spring weather still hanging on. I'm here on Insight Timer every Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And I am also a spiritual lifestyle and health coach, a Reiki master. So when we do this practice every week, we do some yoga and we always end in a meditation. So I do hope you're able to stay for the whole thing. If you want to know more about me, head on over to my bio. My link tree is in there. There's links to my website, my podcast, donation buttons, all the things. So you can find out all about me on my link tree. All right, there's my spiel. All right, so we are going to do about a 30-minute yoga practice, 35-minute yoga practice today, 10-minute meditation. I have run over a few minutes the last couple weeks just because we get started a few minutes late. So hopefully you're able to stay for the whole thing, but if not, obviously, by all means, you are welcome to leave whenever you want. That's the beauty of this platform. No one will know when you leave. No one will care. I shouldn't say care, but it's no big deal. And you can take this at your own pace. Today is about balancing our mind and body, and not just physical body, but energetic body. So we're going to try and get a nice, whole, well-rounded practice. If you have any special requests, let me know right now. We've heard stiff and, but bringing energy up maybe a little bit for some of us. Anything else, anything that's particularly bugging you, hopefully we get into, I know we've got a few hip poses. I don't know if there's anything in particular that's really bugging you. Little sinus headache. Well, hopefully this can help with that. If it doesn't, by all means, rest. But we've got a little bit of breath work we're going to do that may help with just clearing out the sinuses a little bit. If not, I send you all my love. I hope that the movement can help clear the sinuses for all of us today, especially with this rain for those of us in the eastern part of this country, or I don't know if it's up in Toronto as well. Okay, I've got my 2 blocks for today. They're not required, but I always like to have them on hand. Totally optional. Let us come back to our mats. We are all about finding balance today. So if something is not speaking to you, like this doesn't feel great, please skip it. If you're too tired and you need to modify, please modify, especially at the beginning of our practice. So we really want to bring in this idea of tuning into how we're feeling. We want to be able to adjust our energy, and we want to honor our energy. So let's just start in a simple cross-legged position, or you can have one heel in front of the other like I do. And then let's take a moment to draw inward. So we're going to start a little bit of just feeling into our breath, and we're going to draw inward by covering our eyes. So I'd like you to rub your palms. We're going to rub them pretty vigorously and get some heat going between the palms, especially if it's chilly where you're at this morning. And then when you're ready, we'll rest the palms over the eyes, the base of your hands on your cheekbones, fingertips towards the hairline, and then let your head be a little bit heavy in your hands. And take this next few breaths to just feel that energy. Notice what you're feeling like, how you're arriving today. Begin to slow your breath. We draw our awareness inwards to begin to tune into what's going on inside of us. And I'd like you now to release the hands, keep the eyes closed, let them just float down to your knees, lift your gaze just slightly. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice big sigh out the mouth. Let's do that again. Deep breath in and out. And in and out. And now take this next moment, let the breath flow naturally, setting your intention for your practice, for your day. Perhaps it's one of just finding that balance, one of joy, one of peace, calm, energy, happiness, whatever it is you want to bring in for yourself. And we'll set that intention for our practice, as well as taking with us off the mat. Sealing our intentions together, one more nice deep cleansing breath. Breathing in, letting the belly expand. And exhale out the mouth, let it go. And then blink the eyes open, take the light in, and let's stretch the arms out to the side. Open through the chest, opening ourselves up to the day, to all that is good. Exhale, release the hands down to the knees, palms down, and we'll just begin to take some nice big circles today. Picking any direction. Legs are still either one in front of the other. In fact, if you had them in front, like I did, I'm changing mine to them crisscross, just to make this a little more easy. And we'll begin to kind of bring that energy in. So I always like to think of like churning the butter when I do this. But kind of feeling into the outer hips, feeling into the low back as you come forward, and make the circles as big as is comfortable for you. You can go slow, you can go fast, it's up to you. If you've got a lot of energy and you're feeling really in that morning hyper, you know what I mean? You can go nice and quick right now. If you're feeling really lethargic and it's just not in you yet to go fast, go slow. Whatever you're doing, I want you to notice what's going on in your body. Notice the sensations you're feeling. Part of rebalancing mind and body is tuning into what we're experiencing in the moment, whether that's a physical sensation, an emotional reaction, response to something, a mental stimulus, just becoming the observer of your body, mind, body, energy. All right, let's come back to center. We're going to switch that around the other direction. Going nice and either easy or fast. And actually, let's come back to center. I forgot to switch the cross of our legs. Let's do that. There we go. And now keep going in that direction. We want to balance ourselves out. We can't forget to do that. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, let's come back to that. And just go for another few rounds. Once again, awareness drawing to what is happening in the physical body. Let's go one more. And then come back to center, lengthen through your spine. Open through your chest, coming into this little cow back. And then exhale, round, navel pulls in. Let yourself lean back. Inhale, open the heart. Lift the chest. And exhale, round. Taking these seated cat-cows, moving with the pace of your breath. And if you have Ujjayi breath in your practice and you want to bring that in, go ahead and do that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this little constriction in the back of the throat. You breathe in and out of the nose. You kind of make this Darth Vader breath. Like you're fogging up a glass or like making a scuba sound, scuba mask. So you're breathing through the back of the throat. One more. Beautiful. And let's come back to neutral spine. Bring the soles of your feet together in a cobbler's pose. And just grab your toes and butterfly your knees. Already starting to feel that energy. So we draw with these little movements. Just drawing it in, and then we'll begin to bring it up here in just a moment. And one more breath in, lengthen through the spine, knees come to stillness. Exhale, round the spine now. Come to a little forward fold, relaxing the gaze down. Relax the neck. You can do a little shake, give it a yes, no. All right, and let's come back up. Place your feet on the mat. Let your hands come behind you. Little windshield wiper side to side, just to let that go. So good. And let's make our way to boat pose for a moment. So letting the toes lift, palms float. And we'll begin to bring a little heat into the abdomen. Long, tall spine. And if you start to collapse like I just did, you can come up and support yourself. You can even let your toes come down a little, even onto the mat. As long as you've got a slight lean back and core engagement, it doesn't matter. If this is too much to hold, take this variation. Another breath. I know you've been here a while. Excellent. Exhale, release. Hug your knees to your chest, around your back. Come on up to kneeling if that's comfortable. If not, come back to a crisscross seat. You are welcome to use your block or blocks to come to this kneeling pose. You can take heroes or supported heroes or Vajrasana, the thunderbolt pose. We're going to do our Kapalabhati breathing, which we did last week. So we're going to bring that energy up. This might help hopefully with your sinus headache. And it's just a quick exhale and the inhale will flow in. It's in and out of the nose. You're going to contract your abdomen on the exhale. So it looks like this. You can go slower if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, are pregnant or menstruating. You can either skip this entirely or go nice, slow, and very gentle. Okay, those contractions, especially if you're pregnant, probably want to skip those. Long, slow, deep breaths. All right, we're going to be here for about 30 seconds or so. So let the shoulders come down the back. Nice deep breath in and out. Maybe the eyes close and take a deep breath in and we'll begin. And it doesn't have to be really hard. It can be a little bit gentler. You can go fast with me or slower. Few more seconds, let's say 10 seconds. Three, and two, and one. Exhale completely. Big breath in, hold at the top. Engage your pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Engage your navel center to spine, Uddiyana Bandha. Chin comes back slightly. All three energy locks are engaged. We're going to hold the breath as long as it's comfortable. You release all the energy locks on the breath as you need to. I'll cue it in just a moment otherwise. And release. Let everything go. Flip the palms up and just receive that energy and that heat. Good. Let the eyes blink open. Hopefully you start to feel a little sinus clearing and a little bit of heat and energy moving up to the body. Let's come to our tabletop position and moving through cat-cows. And we're going to move with our reverse cat-cow breath. So normally inhale, exhale round the spine. And you can do one or two like that, just as normal. And then I want you to come back to center, and we're going to take that in reverse. So as you inhale, round the spine, feel your breath move up into the upper lungs and upper back. Exhale, lower the belly, cow shape. Inhale, cat back. Exhale, open through the chest, and move with that. We're going to go a little quicker. Inhale, exhale. In, X, in, X, in, X. Keep going with your breath, maybe a little faster. Taking that reverse breath, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. You can close the eyes, that always helps me here. In, out, in, out, in, out. Keep with that breath in and out of the nose, and notice it's kind of sharper. You should feel some heat building now through the upper back and thoracic spine. One more round. So good. Come off the wrists, come up onto the knees. Give your wrists some circles. Shake it out. Let it go. And we'll take some flowing from our knees now. So sort of these half sun salutes, or sun salutes, I guess, from the knees. As you inhale, let the arms float up, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, come down to tabletop. Walk the hands slightly forward. Lower the hips to supported plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower straight down. Elbows come straight back. Inhale, open through the heart for cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up to that supported plank. Into tabletop, hips towards heels for this pleasant child's pose for this moment. And inhale, let's bring the arms up overhead once again. So you see our little flow we have going here. Exhale, hands lower down to the mat. Shift the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, lift the heart to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up, strong in the arms and the abdomen. Exhale, hips towards heels. One more, just like that. Beautiful. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, hands through heart center. Place them down onto the mat. Walk them forward. Inhale to supported plank. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, open up to cobra. Exhale, lower. Strong in the core. Press up into your supported plank. So good. Exhale, hips towards heels. Extend the arms long. Walk them forward and stay for a breath now. Relax the head. Press into your fingertips just to feel that stretch through the underarm. Inhale, look up. Come up onto the knees once again. Let the arms float up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Plant the palms. We're going to make our way into down dog at long last. Bring the hands slightly forward. Tuck your toes. Send your hips home. Downward facing dog. Stretch through the arms. Bend in the knees. Get nice and long in your spine. Side to side. That might feel really nice today. That certainly feels good to me today. And then we'll switch legs, so just stretch through the back of the leg. Maybe take that one more time each side. Really pressing the fingertips along your spine. One more breath. Come up high onto the balls of your feet. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Gaze forward and let's take a step or a little walk to the top of your mat. And we'll arrive in our forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend through the knees and relax the head down. Let the fingertips dangle. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen your spine. Maybe the legs straighten. Fingertips can come to shins or to the mat. And then exhale, bend the knees, roll back down. We're going to take that a few more times. So inhale, coming up, lengthening. Exhale, bend the knees and relax. One more round. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Keeping that little bend in the knees. Actually take a deep bend in the knees. We're going to move into chair pose, Utkatasana. So coming up, hands to heart center for our chair. Relax the shoulders down. We have a note, feedback on audio. Please tell me if we still have that. I'm so sorry. If we need to take the mic off, we will. Stay here for a breath. It's always when I wear this top. I stopped wearing it for a while for a reason. It's too close. One more breath in. Let the arms stretch up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Relax the shoulders down. Stand in your Tadasana. I'm going to try and adjust this mic, so you guys tell me if this is better or worse, okay? Relax the fingertips down. Feel strong in the feet. Inhale, let the arms float up. And exhale, release hands to heart center. When I fold. Okay, thank you guys. I'm so sorry for the feedback. Hopefully this will improve the situation. Relax the fingertips down. Let's take a forward fold once again. If you have a block, go ahead and grab it. Otherwise, you're going to place your left hand on the mat. We're going to come into a twist. I like the block here under my left hand. Feet are a little wider than hip width distance. Bend through your left knee and inhale, spin to your right fingertips up to the sky. Draw your right hip back and really feel that opening through the outer hip. Exhale, let's release down. We're going to plant the right palm, straighten the left leg, left fingertips spin up to the sky. Take a twist. And exhale, release down. Relax the head. You can move your block out of the way. And then let the head dangle. Stay for another breath. Inhale, slowly rolling up with bent knees, coming to standing at the top of your mat, Tadasana pose. Just feeling all that energy we've created. And now let your feet come a little wide, and we're going to take just a gentle twist right and left. So kind of bending in the knees. And let the arms begin to flow. If you want to bring them across the abdomen and low back, we can do our little knocking on the door of life. So tailbone's drawing down. If that doesn't feel good and you just want to let the arms fly today, you can even lift your opposite heel. That feels kind of nice. We're kind of just bringing out the body a little bit, bringing in these twists to flush out that energy that is not serving us, to find balance there. So releasing stuck, stale, stagnant energy. And then let's slow it down. Come back towards center and pause and just feel that little bend in the knees. So good. And let's step up to the top of the mat if you are not there. We're going to come into a little balance series today. So I want you to take this however works for you, starting with our tree pose. So we're going to get strong in our Tadasana, and I'll start facing you and then I'm going to switch to the side. But nice and strong with hands at heart center. Begin to ground into your left foot. Bend through your right knee, right heel to the inside of your left calf. And if you feel your left hip popping out, draw it to the middle. Feel your navel pull in towards spine, hands at heart center. And then find something to look at that's not moving and begin to float the right foot up to your left calf. If you have the space, you can bring your foot above the knee. And no matter where you're at, begin to press your foot and standing leg together. So you're feeling that pressure between them. You're pressing into your big toe and pinky toe. And then your right knee is pressing to the back of the mat. And if you find that balance, we're going to begin to bring the arms up, extend them up to the sky. An option to take a little tilt to your right. Right hand can come to the thigh and left fingertips come into this crescent overhead. Staying for another breath. Inhale, we're going to release that. Come back to center. Hands to heart center. Bring your right knee forward. And we're going to cross right ankle over left knee. Coming down to a standing figure four. Now, if you're like, my leg's on fire and you need to pause, you can stop, shake it out. You can even use a wall for your standing figure four today. And you just use the wall as a little support. You place your butt up against it. All right, and you can sink in this way. So you don't always have to take it as a balance. If you want to play with the balance in the middle of the room, it's like you're sitting down into a chair, right? That's how my dad used to always sit in the chair with his leg crossed over. And the more you go lower, I find this a little easier, and get a nice deep outer hip opening. You can even bring fingertips to the ground. Of course, the challenge there is to come out of the pose. So we've got one more breath here in our standing figure four. If your fingertips are to the ground, go ahead and float them back up. Find something to look at that's not moving, and then press into that standing leg, and then we'll release it down to the ground. Let's shake it out. Good job. And I'm just adjusting the camera a little bit here. And we'll take it to the other side. So rooting down into your right foot, draw your left heel to the inner calf. Feel that right hip pop out and then pull it in. Feel the navel pull in. So everything's strong and supported, hands at heart center. Begin to float your left foot up to your calf. Get nice and stable and sturdy. Look at something that's not moving, your drishti. If you'd like to bring your left foot above the right knee, bring it on up. Feel that outer hip pull in once again, navel to spine. And then as you feel balanced, you begin to grow your branches. Totally optional. You can stay just working on the balance. And then if you'd like to take that little tilt, left hand to left knee, and then crescent over to your right. One more breath. And then slowly, slowly come back to center. Well done. Hands to heart center. Let's release the left foot, left knee forward, and then we're going to sink down into our standing figure 4. If you want to go near the wall and use the wall as support, go for it. We're still strengthening and stretching no matter which version we're in. If it feels good to lower down, you can lower down and bring your fingertips to the ground. You have a little support in the balance this way. You're just getting really deep into your outer left hip. And if the fingertips are down, bring your gaze slightly forward and begin to float the hands back to heart center. And then we'll all come up into that standing leg and relax the left leg down. Give it a shake, let it go. Well done. Let's come back up to our Tadasana, and we'll take a nice easy half sun salute just to move that energy through. Inhale, let the arms float up, little baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. This time taking a nice deep bend in the knees, coming to gorilla pose. We're going to bring your right palm under your right foot. So your toes are all the way up to your wrist. And then we'll take the left hand under the left foot, same thing. Bend the knees deeper. Relax your head. And then begin to straighten your legs any amount. And my elbows are out to the side, so they're not moving very much, but I really begin to feel that lengthening through the back of my legs. You can kind of use your arms to pull you down a little bit. Stay for another breath. Exhale out the mouth and let it go. Slowly bend the knees. Let's release one hand and then the other and slowly roll on up. Beautiful. Come back to Tadasana. Feel into the pose. Notice how your energy is shifting. Notice what's coming up for you. What physical sensations do you feel in your body? How do you feel in your energy? Even emotional bodies. Anything coming up for you there? Wonderful. And let the eyes open. We're going to play with a balancing half moon today. So bringing your block to the right corner of your mat. It can be at any height. Mine's on the middle height right now. We're just going to slowly come into our triangle first. So let's step the left foot back. Right toes forward. We've got heel to heel alignment. We'll start by opening up in our triangle. So bringing hands to the hips. And actually, I love to use my block in triangle. So I'm going to bring it back towards my right leg. And let your gaze come down and just shift the hips back for a moment. Feel that stretch on the right calf. And then you can bring your right hand to your shin and let's come up a little bit. If you want to use the block, because that feels good for you, you're welcome. And we'll kind of come up and you'll feel the hips shift a little bit. Go ahead and kind of wrap that left hip around and underneath. And then begin to spin to the left. Left hand is just on the hip right now. Feel that. And then draw your gaze down. We're going to bring the left arm over the left ear and stretch it forward. So this is sort of a strange variation on triangle today. Opening through the side body. And now we'll come into our full triangle. Left fingertips to sky, open through the chest. Maybe even begin to bring that left arm behind you a little bit. Beautiful. And then relax down. We're going to bend through the right knee. Bring your block forward, setting up for balancing half moon. Left hand to your hip. And we'll begin to float the left toes. And if you're like, this is not happening in my body, come on over to the wall, and you can take this exact same pose with your right hip against the wall. And it's such a nice way to support you. And then maybe you begin to spin the chest open. You don't have to, but we're really stacking left hip on top of right. Left toes are flexed. And then the option to extend those left fingertips to the sky. So good as we play with our balance today. Beautiful. Let's release left hand to hip. Draw your gaze down. We're going to step the left foot back, and we're going to come into pyramid. So I'm going to grab my other block. Bring my feet on sort of opposite tracks. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Come up halfway. And exhale, fold over the right leg. So you can see why I like blocks for these poses. I know we can do them without them, but they're so helpful for this type of practice. Relaxing the head and the neck. And one more pose in this variation. Come on up halfway. We're going to keep that block under the left hand and bring your right hip back. And if it's no block, it's just fingertips to mat. Right hand on hip, we're going to draw the right hip back and begin to spin your torso to the right, coming into this supported version of revolved triangle. You can stay right here or begin to extend your right fingertips up to the sky. One more breath. So good. Let's release that. Come back to center bend through the right knee. Step up to the top of the mat. Come on up to your Tadasana and pause there. Notice how you're feeling. You can let the eyes close and just tune into the sensations in your body. So good. We're going to take that to the other side. So grab your blocks. Starting with our triangle pose. Stepping right foot back. Heel to heel alignment. I feel like I'm adjusting the camera again, just so you all can see me. We'll start by putting hands on hips, sending the hips back, leaning forward. Let your left hand come down to your shin or a block. And take a moment with the gaze down, just stretching the hips back. You're really facing your left foot. And then spin your torso open to the side for just a moment. Let's release that right hand and bring it up and overhead. And then draw your gaze down and you're stretching your right fingertips forward. So you're lengthening the side body. And now coming into the full expression of our triangle, right fingertips to the sky. Spin the chest to the side, open through the chest. Maybe even bring those right fingertips behind a little bit, bringing the energy up. And let's relax, right hand to hip. We're moving into our balancing half moon, so bringing that block up towards the left corner of the mat. You can bring your right foot up a little bit. If you need to move to the wall, go ahead and move to the wall. And then press into your left leg, lift your right leg. Spin your right hip on top of your left. And you can stay right here, playing with the balance right here. If you feel like you want to extend your right fingertips up, you can even spin to the side. If you fall out, no worries. It happens all the time. We're working on this pose, right? This is a challenging pose. Such a good pose to open through the body, bring the energy up a little bit. One more breath. Beautiful. Let's release. We're going to come back to our pyramid pose. I'm going to grab my other block. So right foot to the mat. You can bring your blocks all the way up if you like. Feet on opposite tracks. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Come up halfway. Now exhale, fold over two straight legs. Drawing the left hip back a little bit. I like to give a little pressure to my left big toe. And then moving into our revolved triangle, I'm going to keep my right hand on the block. And sometimes you have to make your stance a little wider, a little longer, a little shorter. So adjust as you need. And then left hand to hip, begin to just draw the left hip back. That's step one. And then spin your chest to the left. And this is fine to stay right here. One side's probably going to feel different than the other, so you might be a little more open in one than the other. That's totally normal and fine. If you want to extend the left fingertips up, that's an option. It's so good. Let's release back down. We'll come to pyramid pose. Lengthen the spine and fold once again, just for a moment. Let that go. And beautiful. Let's step up to the top of your mat. Forward fold this time. Relax the gaze down. Inhale, bend through both knees. Rise up with a flat back. Palms meet above in our high mountain. And exhale, release hands to heart center. And pause in your Tadasana. Notice how you're feeling. Notice all that good energy you just created. And now we're going to come down to the mat to finish with some breath work before our meditation today. Coming to a comfortable seat. You can take Thunderbolt, you can take Supported Heroes. In fact, I think I'm going to do Supported Heroes. So if that's comfortable for you, I'm going to bring a block between my feet. And then I like to roll my calves out of the way as I sit back. You can use 2 blocks if that feels better. It just gives me a nice, long, tall spine. We're going to take Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing, to complete our practice. And we'll come down to our backs for just a little bit of closing with the Shavasana and meditation. So don't worry, you're not forgotten there. We're going to bring your right thumb to your right nostril, right ring finger to your left nostril to close off. Okay, so we'll go back and forth. So inhale through both nostrils. Close right, and we'll exhale left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close left, exhale right for 5. And you count this time. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Release the hand, exhale both nostrils. Notice how you're feeling. Feeling that balance between physical body, mental body, and energetic body. We're going to slowly make our way onto our backs, moving props out of the way. Take a nice slow lower if you like. Last little bit of work. And then as you land, hug your knees into your chest. Give a little rock side to side. Extend your left leg down onto the mat. Hug your right knee in and then bring it across the body. Left hand to your right knee. Maybe the gaze comes right. And we'll come back to center. Place the left knee, pull the left knee and extend the right leg long. And then draw it across your body, right hand to left knee, and gaze to your left. Come on back to center. Hug the left knee in, hug the right knee in. Let's just finish with an easy, happy baby. We'll have a shorter meditation today. And I invite you to take meditation in Shavasana today. If you prefer to sit up, though, by all means, go ahead and come up to a seat. If you want to set up your Shavasana with props, go for it. If you want to come into maybe a reclined bound angle, that might feel nice. We'll do a very simple energy clearing meditation today. So finding your space, making any final movements, wiggling fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Settling in and relaxing the face, letting the jaw release, letting your tongue release in the mouth. Begin to envision a cord now, a golden cord coming out of the bottom of each foot. It's making its way down through the floorboards, through the ground and the foundation, through the dirt and the rock. And they keep moving down and down, all the way down to the center of the earth. And they spread out like roots as they make their way down. And they're anchoring you in until they reach the crystalline core of the earth, seeing this beautiful golden light there. And as they anchor into this crystalline core, you instantly feel an energy moving up these roots to the soles of your feet. And this cord is here for you, not just for energy, but to release what's no longer serving you. So now that you feel anchored and grounded, I invite you to envision yourself looking up and feeling the energy of the stars, seeing this beautiful bright white light, this starlight that's sparkling and gorgeous, and it comes down and it envelops your body and it moves down to the crown of your head. And the crown begins to open up like a beautiful lotus flower. It's this little cup that contains the energy just above the top of your head. This starlight energy begins to move down through your crown, slowly moving through the body into your skull and your third eye, that space between your eyebrows. It moves down through your face, softening and clearing the energy there in your jaw and tongue. This light begins to move down into your neck, clearing your throat now, releasing stuck energy there. It moves down into your shoulders and arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, and you might even feel sensation in the palms of your hands as this light fills up your body. And the light continues to move down through your shoulders, your upper chest, your high heart. Moves down your chest cavity into your energetic heart center in the middle of your chest, clearing and cleansing. And it continues to move down through the abdomen to the navel center, your low back. Moves down into your abdomen, and you release tension from your abdomen. Let the breath fill it completely as you breathe in and out. This light clears and cleanses the energy in your sacrum, in your pelvic bowl, your hips, and it moves down into your root, the base of your spine and your perineum. You feel this energy in your hip joints, and then it moves down your femurs, your thighs, the hamstrings, down the tops of your legs, into your knees, into your calves and shins now, all the way down to your ankles, your heels, tops of your feet, soles of your feet, and into your toes. And your whole body is alight with this beautiful starlight. And it continues to move down your roots now into the earth. And it's clearing and cleansing Mother Earth. And everything that's not serving you just washes away down these roots. And this starlight just washes over you like a beautiful waterfall, releasing and letting go of what is no longer serving you. And you are this conduit for this beautiful energy. And the earth is taking what you no longer need and it's recycling it and turning it into something new, transmuting the energy. And the starlight continues to expand outside your body now, clearing and cleansing your entire auric field. Continuing to breathe here for a few more moments, just basking in this beautiful energy as it washes over you. Now beginning to draw your awareness back to your heart space, coming back to your intention and bringing that feeling of whatever it is you want to cultivate for the rest of your day back to your heart. Feeling grateful for your body, your physical body, your energetic body, your emotional body, your intuitive body, your bliss body, all 5 layers. Breathing in and out of your heart space and just basking in this sensation for another moment. Beginning to deepen your breath now. And gently let your head move from side to side to release the neck. If you're seated, you might even take some neck circles. Make small moves with fingers and toes if you're lying down in your Shavasana. And let's move into a nice full body stretch. As you're ready, extending the arms overhead, pointing your toes. And then as you sigh out, bending through the knees, hugging them into your chest. You make your way onto one side and gently press up into a seat. And we will close our practice together with the sound of Om, drawing hands to heart center. Big inhale. Om. Taking this moment to send your love and gratitude to yourself for showing up. Send your love and gratitude to all of those practicing together today around the world. And sending your love and gratitude to all beings. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings be happy and live freely, and may our practice in some way benefit those around us for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you all so much for joining today. If you want to take a moment and call in your angels of protection and guides to be with you for the rest of your day, that might feel really nice. and to move you in the direction of your highest good and for the highest good of all. Thank you for joining. Namaste. All right, thank you so much for coming today. I will come up just to chat. I'm sorry I'm over time. I think I'm just going to go back to the hour class. Thank you for your donation. If you do feel called to donate, those are always very much appreciated. It's just this beautiful energy exchange. And if it was your first time joining and the mic was an issue, I promise it is not normal. It's this shirt, so hopefully that corrected itself partway through practice. I do apologize. I know that's not a pleasant sound when the mic gets a little crazy and muffled. But yes, thank you so much for joining. I will be here next Friday at the same time. I so appreciate you all, and I will come up and say my goodbyes. Thank you, guys.